John Black, super chemist.
I believe that they should be grateful that they were able to live here for as long as they did. And they're not even the ones being deported right now, as far as I'm concerned. So I don't understand why they are doing all these protests for migrants that have come from places like Haiti and Venezuela. You see, our new president is no longer allowing this type of behavior. This woman right here, her name is Mary Commons, and she just got fired because she is the one responsible for handing over $59 million to luxury hotels in New York City for illegal migrants. Home, 2 more planes full of migrants heading to Venezuela. I really don't. They say that Venezuela used to be even wealthier than the United States because they are so blessed with their oil, and I hope that they can get their country back. And at the same time, I'm happy that we're getting our country back, because I don't know why they told them to come to the US and they promised them this ridiculous version of the American dream where everything is free. That's not the American dream, and I think that we all know that.
How much is rent here?
Free. 2 years.
After 2 years, we have to pay the rent.
They act like it's normal. They're like, oh, you know, it's free. This is America.
Reporting to you from the apartments where migrants are getting their rent paid for up to 2 years. Now, I wanted to give you guys a first inside look at these units.
Wouldn't it be nice to be a migrant?
The migrants shared with us that they come furnished, so they have a flat screen TV in there, couches, tables, and chairs.
They got the lazy boy couch.
There's a bed. We also asked them as well, hey, are you paying utilities here? They shared with us that no, they do not have a water bill. They do not have an electricity bill.
And what about the light and the water?
Everything is good. We don't pay anything.
Many of the Latino people who are protesting the deportations are doing so because they believe that they are the working class and like the backbone of America, and America just won't be able to survive, yet we will be able to thrive without them. And yet they are putting themselves in the same boat as these people who are bragging about the fact that they don't have to pay for anything.
¿Y ustedes ahora mismo están viviendo aquí en Roosevelt Hotel?
Sí, sí.
¿Y ustedes están recibiendo comida?
Sí.
¿Reciben comida?
Claro, comida, dan desayuno, almuerzo y cena.
Oh, God.
Desayuno, almuerzo y cena.
Yes. Las habitaciones son cómodas.
¿Y cuánto tiempo lleva aquí en los Estados?
7 meses.
7 meses.
Sí.
¿Y por cuánto tiempo ha estado aquí?
7 meses.
Wow.
7 months for free. Yeah, they're the backbone of our economy, yeah, by draining all our resources and giving us nothing back.
Está ahí por 7 meses quedándose.
Sí.
Y es gratis, ¿cierto?
Pues sí, la ayuda del gobierno, de aquí del gobierno de Nueva York.
This is not funny because they are convinced that America wants to support them. They will tell you outright, we have been receiving everything for free, and it's almost like it is our duty to help them until their country is better. The perfect...
See, the reason why they want to convince people that they're being treated nicely and given everything in the world is because they've been tricked to think that we want to do that. We don't want to do that, okay? We want legal people to come in that can contribute and not drain our society. Okay?
And one of my favorite sayings of all time is, I'll take care of me for you if you'll take care of you for me. The U.S. needs to take care of themselves for other countries to also be able to take care of themselves. Not only have Americans been lied to so much, but so have these migrants in being told that they could come and everything would be for free and they could stay here as long as they wanted.
See, they're so used to communism and everything being free in their other country. Instead of them saying, you know what, that's what destroyed my country. Maybe I shouldn't do that in the United States. No, they bring their communism with them.
And it just is sad that they never questioned where the government was getting all the money that was supporting them from. Because because they tell people on the street, oh, it's just coming from the government. And it reminds me of this scene from Enchanted where he has to explain to the foreigner where the water comes from. He says the water comes from the pipes, but they never asked, and where do the pipes get it? Because then maybe they wouldn't be so proud about it, or they wouldn't realize how unsustainable it was. The amount of shady stuff that has happened under the Biden administration is preposterous. I mean,
it's not under the Biden administration. It's been going on since the beginning of the country, since George Washington. George Washington was a piece of garbage just like Biden.
You can't make this up. A Nigerian prince receiving $1.4 million from FEMA for bottled water, and somehow their way of justifying this is because it was for illegal immigrants. But now they wouldn't be able to justify anything for American citizens.
Where a hotel is paid $59 million. $59 million because it's housing migrants.
Keep in mind, that's one hotel room, $59 million. They have spent trillions on this.
Illegal migrants. All illegal, I believe.
And they were being paid twice the normal room rate at 100% occupancy.
Unbelievable.
Honestly, if illegals are protesting anything, it should be the fact that they also were not getting free luxury hotel stays, because there was a deal with this Pakistan-owned hotel and the New York City government that they were going to pay them $220 million to do this, to house these illegals. So they should be upset that they were included in that. But yet the left will always talk about how corrupt Donald Trump is. Well, if he wanted to make a couple $100 more million, then he could have housed illegal migrants as well. So it's very clear that Trump isn't in it for the money. But
yeah, Trump has all these hotels and all these big giant buildings, the apartment buildings and stuff like that. None of his buildings are being turned into migrant camps where he's charging 3 times, 2 times, 3 times the rent. But he's the evil man, huh? He's the evil man.
But he is doing what is right time after time. As a Catholic myself, I can assure you that many of us are horrified by the things that our Pope says and does. Most recently, he is calling on Europe and the US to open the borders to mass migration. Does this sound like a Catholic priest, or does this seem like somebody who was infiltrated by the Masons, the Illuminati, whoever, pushing some type of agenda for the New World Order? This is not what Catholics stand for. So
oh my God, this is so funny. This is not what Catholics stand for. The Catholic religion has crowned what? How many kings? Basically dictators. How many dictators have the Pope put a crown on? I don't have enough fingers and toes to tell you, but they've endorsed dictators since they existed. That's their, but they're about God. They're not about politics. Religion is always about God. It's not about politics. Yeah, okay.
So don't try to trick them.
And then I want to ask you, what? You know what's funny is I tell religious people, you know, like the Jews, the Muslims, and the Christians, you know, your religion is based and created by kings. And they're like, no, no. I say, well, what Bible do you know, the Christians, basically, because I'm in America, you know, what Bible do you read? Oh, the King James Version. Oh, you read the King, wait, let me get this right. You read the King James Version, but your religion is not about kings controlling you. Oh, okay, well, that all makes sense. That's not doublespeak at all.
the public the same way you have by talking about the church opening up their doors to LGBTQ and blessing same-sex marriages and all of that type of bogus stuff that the church has never stood for nor ever will. This is a pope who has tried to attack the most conservative and devout Catholics, trying to rid of the Latin Mass, as well as bishops who have stood up against him. This is so embarrassing. So let's hear what Tom Homan had to say about the Pope.
The Pope this morning had some very harsh words for the...
I got harsh words for the Pope. Pope won't fix the Catholic Church. I'm saying this
Right?
is a lifelong Catholic. I was baptized Catholic. I was First Communion as a Catholic. Confirmation as a Catholic.
Wow.
You want to fix the Catholic Church and concentrate on his work and leave border enforcement to us. He wants to attack us for securing our border. He's got a wall around the Vatican, does he not?
Oh!
So he's got a wall around to protect his people and himself, but we can't have a wall around the United States. So I wish he'd stick to the Catholic Church and fix it.
Man, he really just fired shots at the Pope. That's wild. Yes.
Yeah, look at that.
This nice, beautiful 40-foot wall.
And let me tell you, that wall isn't just like a brick wall where it's, a couple inches thick. That wall is literally like 5-6 feet thick. And then look at these little tiny people. That's got to be like 60, 80 feet tall or something, man. And it goes around the entire country. Remember, the Vatican City is a country. Okay? They call it the city because it's just such a small country. They have their own military, their own police, their own government. They are run by themselves. They are a country. Okay? You need to start calling it the Vatican country. And their entire country has, and you can't live in the Vatican City. They want everyone from third world countries to come to the USA, but all the first world countries, they won't even let anyone come live in their country. You can't, even if you're from first world country, or you can be Einstein. You can't move to the Vatican City. You can't go to their country. Oh no, you can't even visit.
If only we could have something like that across our border. Wouldn't it be nice? All in all, people are fed up with these protests, and they're saying that this is how they should be ended.
Yeah, that's how they should do it. This guy's a hero.
You can't just drive on a public road.
Remember this back a couple years, 2 years ago or something? Yeah, this cop
We're being treated like criminals when we're committing crimes? What is going on? Something is not right. That is a complete...
Trump should be taking that guy, putting him on stage and giving him a big medal, congressional medal or whatever, some kind of medal for doing that.
Joke, because everything is more than right, because Trump won. Trump is our president, and he is taking back America. Don't you guys already see so many incredible improvements? America has hope again. Please triple check that you guys are subscribed. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Calling for violence against Elon Musk. Have a listen.
An attempt to take us back to a day that we do not want to go, and we will not go. Therefore, there will be conflict. I pray that the peace of God will win out and overcome the madness that is attempting to take over this nation. And I will say to you, beloved, no one likes violence, but sometimes violence is necessary. When Elon Musk forces his way into the United States Treasury and threatens to steal your personal information and your Social Security check, there is the possibility of violence. Sometimes the devil will act so ugly that you have no other choice but to get violent and fight.
Preaching that Christians should stop referring to Jesus as their savior because it may be offensive to other religions.
There was one word in those bedrock beliefs that began for me to be uncomfortable. Problematic. When people now come to our church, many of them will first check the website to see what this church is about, what they believe. And many of the folks who did that would tell me out in the community, Brent, I looked up your church and it sounded reasonable, but when I got to that word Savior, it was a problem. And it was a problem because I'm from another faith tradition. Or it's a problem because I don't believe that. everyone has to accept Jesus as personal Lord and Savior like the fundamentalists say.
If you're from another faith or you don't think you should accept Jesus as your Lord and Saviour, then what are you doing in a Christian church? I mean, really. One walks into a mosque and demands they stop being so preoccupied with Muhammad. I don't think